Hi everyone, welcome back to my video. Today we will be working on the third eye, everybody's favorite, the Ajna chakra. It is the color of indigo, element of light, physical location between the brows. Mantra associated with it is Om. Your third eye. As I was preparing for this video, I usually listen to music, on shuffle to see like what pops up. And Peter Gabriel's In Your Eyes is the song that was playing as I began to prepare for this. So no coincidence. It's a beautiful synchronicity and a reminder that I'm on the right path here. And thank you for joining me on this path as well. So we're going to take a moment and take 3 deep breaths from the root up. Okay, and I ask that you say in your head or out loud, I accept this Reiki from Maricela Mendoza. Okay, I'm going to begin with a little bit of pulsum energy and do a little distance Reiki, and this Reiki will reach you wherever you may be, anywhere on the planet, anywhere in the universe, all dimensions of time and space. This is where it will reach you, as you're watching right now. Okay. Om Shanse Shanan, Om Shanse Shanan, Om Shanse Shanan. Seiki, Seiki, Seiki. Tamarsha, Tamarsha, Tamarsha. Okay, now that we got that energy flowing, that universal energy flowing through, we are going to clear out. One second, let me grab my Shiva. Okay, we're going to use Shiva Stone to clear out the chakra system, clear out any imbalances. If you've been working all week, please, I suggest to continually drink water. Clear out that energy. Energy work requires lots of water. Okay. Now, the third eye is about letting go of the ego. Let's clear out. It's about letting go of the ego, embracing compassion. Forgiveness is essential to successful clearing and healing of this energy center. It is responsible for vision and intuition and perception of the subtle dimensions of energy around you, auric fields and such. It's associated with psychic abilities related to clairvoyance and especially clairaudience, which is hearing. It is the step, opening this chakra is the second to last step to enlightenment, reaching the crown. It is a connection to wisdom and knowledge. And it is a motivation of inspiration and creativity, imagination. Sorry, a couple little flies around here. Okay. When our third eye chakra is balanced, we see life with clarity and possess wisdom, insight, self-awareness, emotional balance, and heightened intuition that we've learned to trust. We function and make neutral decisions, meaning we are concerned and compassionate, but not attached to a single outcome. Highly focused, we can make the distinction between reality, dreams, and imagination. Sometimes we let our imagination get carried away. This is about seeing truth. It is, along with the throat chakra, about seeing truth. So it allows you to see life accurately and truthfully, taking things in stride. You know what you want in life and how you plan to get there, and can sense deception in all areas of your life. So you can sense when something is right for you or something is wrong for you. And sometimes we even go down the path that we know might not be the best path, because we know that every path always leads us to a learning lesson. So it's kind of like choose your own adventure. Okay, now we're going to start with amethyst. Amethyst is the ultimate protection against psychic attacks. Upon opening your third eye, we get to see into various dimensions, infinite dimensions and possibilities. And sometimes a lower vibration might come through, scare the bejesus out of us. It is great for cleansing. It encourages sobriety. So if you are struggling with addictions, this is a great stone to carry. Perhaps a necklace of this would be great. Next to a crystal quartz, it's the best all-purpose stone. Okay, moving on to tanzanite. Beautiful stone. Tanzanite increases communication with the spirit world, facilitates access to ancient wisdom and knowledge, such as the Akashic records. It opens the crown to show visions of higher spiritual realms during meditation. It's good for spiritual exploration and inner journeys. Facilitates integration between the throat and the third eye. So together, it boosts our psychic ability to communicate. It makes it easier to communicate exactly what we are seeing. Because sometimes we're seeing things and we don't even know what exactly it means. So this helps us out with that. Okay. Tanzanite, that's a great stone. If you can find it, it's great. All right. Now, Azurite. Azurite is great for awakening psychic abilities and helping us recognize intuition and spiritual guidance when it occurs. Native Americans and Mayans used it as a sacred stone for communication with their spirit guides. It infuses intellectual logic with love, fostering compassion for oneself and others. Encourages communication from the heart, heightens spiritual awareness, dissolves energy blockages. Okay. Now, when our third eye is imbalanced, this is the stuff that you need to understand about. Everybody wants to open their third eye. They don't have this information. They don't know what happens. So, while I'm doing this, I think I will use angelite for this. Okay, so when it is imbalanced, you may start to distrust your inner voice. Your perception about life and where you're headed can become negatively skewed and nearly unrecognizable. Unable to let go of the past and fear of what the future holds can make you very dogmatic in your beliefs and how you view others. It causes a lack of direction, focus. You feel stuck in the daily grind without being able to look beyond your problems, not able to establish a vision for oneself and realize that you are able to change and create your own reality. You can be stubborn, skeptical, overly logical, closed-minded, cynical. You lack being able to see the bigger picture. It's associated with depression, anxiety, paranoia is a big one. Various other mental illnesses and mood disorders. You rarely feel creative or inspired by anything. Mistrust or dislike of people easily. Okay. Now we're going to move on to Melody Stone, also known as Super 7. This stone will aid in personal ascension by enhancing your psychic gifts and your psychic knowing. It will also guide you in taking the right path for your spiritual enlightenment and evolution. Meditating with it will activate the development of your psychic gifts. I wonder if it's like not... Okay. Okay. That's a great stone if you can find it, Super 7. It's got 7 different minerals in it. Okay. Now, we're going to move on to sodalite. Ooh, this tree is like shedding. Sorry, guys. The tree is speaking to me. Okay, sodalite. This is a great stone, right here, sodalite. It brings order and calmness to the mind. It encourages rational thought, objectivity, truth, and intuition, along with the verbalization of your feelings. It encourages being true to self and standing up for your beliefs. A stone of self-expression and confidence. It promotes trusting your own judgment. Releases limited belief systems and programmings that no longer serve us. And this could also be like religious in nature, or things that we were taught as kids to be truth, but we never really, we just believed what we were told. Instead of allowing us to create our own reality, we took upon others' reality. So now it's our time to create our own. It's a stone of awakening. It stimulates the pineal gland. The third eye deepens meditation. It's helpful for those who find themselves to be over-emotional due to its ability to focus energy on the third eye and the throat. This will allow one to use more logic and intuition versus an overactive heart chakra where you're constantly just feeling and not putting logic and heart together. It's about keeping a balance. It works with the throat and third eye to help guide opening the window into a subconscious, pulling subtle images and symbols into the conscious mind. And it could also aid in studying those symbols and their role in your life. You become aware of what those patterns necessarily mean to you. Okay, moving on to Lapis Lazuli. We worked on this one yesterday because this is a great for throat and for third eye. And we know this is the stone of truth. It's also great for psychic attacks. Self-expression, reveals truth, helps you to be more honest and compassionate. Now, when you have an overactive third eye chakra, it's overactive when you have not been working on your other chakras and all you've been working on is trying to be woke, as they say. So an overactive third eye can be disorienting and cause much psychological and psychic distress. When this energy center is on overdrive, you may feel like you are getting lost in an endless stream of psychic visions or bombarded by nonsensical pieces of information. It might overwhelm you to the point where you don't want to see it anymore. Yeah, so if you feel your visions are too much to handle, just ask your spirit guides to slow it down for you. To thank them for the signs, but ask them to slow it down for you so you can catch up. And sometimes we see and hear things we don't want to hear. And this is how schizophrenia begins in some people. They think they have schizophrenia when really it is their third eye awakening or being overactive. It's up to you to use discernment Go see a professional, but also use your intuition. What are the messages that are coming through? Are they of higher or lower vibration? Okay, moving on to Apatite. Apatite expands the awareness of past life experiences. So this is a great stone for working on past life trauma and releasing past life karmic ties. It helps you understand the karmic influences on your current reality. Its a vibration attracts the blue beings of the supernatural regions, ETs, godlike entities such as Krishna. Allows you to communicate with them. Apatite is an aid to stimulating your clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and awareness of the other realms. It's great for, it draws out negativity, but it's also great for hyperactivity and autism in children. Clears confusion and frustration, and expands knowledge and truth. Okay, I'm going to hold on to that one for now. Now let's keep talking about how the overactive aspect. When the third eye is in overdrive, the constant flow of thoughts can be mentally exhausting. You may feel intimidated by having to make decisions that would normally be quite simple. That indecisiveness is oftentimes influenced by clouded judgment, lack of focus, and an inability to distinguish what is real. Other symptoms: hallucinations, paranoia, and delusions can be confused for schizophrenia, as I said earlier. The key is to have an open heart and distinguish truth from delusion and hallucination. Another one is habitually escaping into daydreaming to avoid reality, indulging in fantasies and illusions that appear more real than reality. You get egotistically attached to special powers, which, the special powers are the ability to see visions, clairsentience, etc. You get addicted to external things which you believe will make you happy, such as relationships, food, sex, money, status, power. You may be perceived as egotistic, arrogant, opinionated, or overly emotionally reactive. You may suffer from migraine headaches. You may suffer from nightmares, seizures, poor vision, anything associated with the eyes, vision. Okay, moving on. Moonstone. And we use Moonstone because it is the intuitive stone. It's a stone of intuition. It connects with all aspects of life. It's good for decision making. And it opens up increased synchronicities, along with labradorite. And the only reason I'm not using labradorite today is because I want to use it for one of the higher chakras. But labradorite is good if you have it. It's great for synchronicities. Moonstone and labradorite are great for bringing synchronicities to you and understanding what they mean. Because it's great to get all these synchronicities and numbers, but what do they mean? Okay. Now, we're going to talk about ways to keep your pineal gland and your third eye healthy. First step is be fearless, because that's working on, it's closely related to the root chakra, because we want to get rid of fear when this happens, because we start seeing things that are very scary. Could be very scary to some of you, especially if you haven't done your shadow work, because all the stuff that you have trapped in your subconscious starts to come up to the surface. So it's great to work on that root, release the fear, and let it come through. Now, this is sapphire. Sapphire helps to promote dreams and dreaming, astral travel, and remembering that information when you come back into consciousness. It increases and enhances intuition, mental clarity. Great stone for healers and channelers. It's a powerful protective stone. It's referenced in the Bible, and many other texts, religious texts, often. Usually the high priests would wear it as their breastplate. And it assists with healing spiritually on a cellular level. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to continue talking about ways to keep it healthy and balanced, clear it out. And I'm just going to work with a little love in the meantime. Okay? So, creativity. Let your creativity flow. Inspiration, imagination, that helps your third eye. Ground yourself into nature. It's imperative to work with all your chakras so we don't have an overactive chakra in all of these systems, in the whole system. It's great to have them all balanced because one out of whack makes the whole thing out of whack. Meditate. Third eye is instrumental in your ability to visualize, so it only makes sense to meditate to alleviate any of the negative symptoms. Explore different perspectives and viewpoints. To overcome being closed-minded, try reading books, watching new programs, or experimenting outside of your comfort zone. You know, it'll feel a little weird at first, but you know, try to be curious about it and be open to it. Don't constantly knock it. May I suggest Black Mirror on Netflix, The OA, and Sense8. They will really expand your consciousness and your awareness. Decalcify your pineal gland. Oh, that is key. Because the pineal gland is responsible for regulating our sleep cycles and the production of melatonin, DMT, and your reproductive hormones. So, to decalcify it, avoid products and water sources that contain fluoride. Take a lipoic acid supplement. Cilantro extract is great because it helps to remove the heavy metals. So seaweed, cilantro extract, remove the heavy metals and toxins from your pineal gland. It's kind of like, you know, a little hard prune, and we want to let it start secreting the DMT and the hormones and the melatonin, so it starts getting soft and healthy. It's like hydrating it. You know, it's like almost you're hydrating it. So drink lots of water as well, because that is a conduit to energy. Mindfulness every day. Get out in nature, get into the sunlight, because since the element of the third eye is light, you might find it that you're becoming much clearer if you go outdoors, because that vitamin D really does affect and open up your pineal gland. And on the opposite spectrum, I mean, if you can't get out in the sun, try light therapy, of course, if you have problems with the sun. And also darkness. So you need the yin and the yang, meditating in complete darkness. Those float tanks are pretty awesome as well. Explore your limited beliefs and shadow selves. And one major cause for the malfunction of the third eye is being stuck in our beliefs and not letting ourselves experience and think outside of the box. Let's take the flat earth theory, for example. Not saying I believe in it or don't. I'm just saying that by constantly asserting that there's no way that it's not, and it just, even though you know, be open to other possibilities of what it might be. Oval, oblong. Circle of life. Just be open to everything. Okay. Humming and chanting Om. We talked about that earlier. Another one is going on a psychedelic or shamanic journey. Let's make sure that we are under the guidance of a trained shaman or a spiritual guide. Somebody who really knows what's happening and what's going on. Because, you know, the sacred form of plant medicine, such as peyote, ayahuasca, mushrooms, these plants help to open the third eye and balance the entire energy system, but you have to have your intentions correctly, why you're, you know, getting in there, why you're doing it. They offer profound truths to be revealed if you're ready for it. Okay, eat more purple food. Prunes, dates, blackberries, blueberries, figs, raisins, eggplant, purple cabbage, kale, purple kale, anything purple. Connecting with the owl spirit guide. That is the totem for the third eye. If you start seeing owls, that means your third eye is balancing up a little bit. Reflect on all that you think and do, and why are you thinking this, and why are you, have self-awareness. Keep a journal of your signs, dreams, synchronicities to help you make sense of the information that's coming, because we get this information and we don't know what it means. Most of the time we don't know what it means, especially when it starts opening up. So journaling and keeping information will definitely help you. This is a sacred geometry for intuition. Try stargazing and moon gazing. Helps you put everything into perspective. Become an observer of your thoughts. So a great way if you're not into meditating. Ever seen the movie Minority Report? When he is moving things across the screen with his hands, like, see something, moves it over, slides it over. This is how you can do a meditation. When a thought comes in, just move it over and let a new thought come in, then move that over, and just keep moving it over. And every time you move things over, that silence in between each thought, that's what you're looking for. That's silence. Practice candle gazing, scrying, which, if you ever seen the psychic image of a woman gazing into the crystal ball, it's really just staring at something, having something to stare at. Water bowls, candles, mirrors. Really helps you to connect with yourself and your third eye. Use any of the crystals that I mentioned in this video. Positive affirmations. I trust my intuition. I see. My heart and mind are in perfect balance. It is safe for me to see the truth. And yoga is great. And finally, wear indigo. Wearing indigo, surrounding yourself with the color indigo. That's a great way. Rainbows are great because it balances everything. So, okay, that is all. Sorry it took so long, but there was a lot to get through in this video. And I hope that I helped you understand the purpose of the pineal gland. The purpose is to create your reality. We all have our own little kaleidoscope. We all see however we want to see. Your reality is not going to be the same as that person's reality. It's about acceptance, letting your ego out of the way, open to compassion and understanding. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste.